Noircomiccreations, where your imagination and adventure begins. So come join me as we navigate borderways, territory, islands, cities, streets of the planet Noir through the eyes of your newest favorite superheroes.
Noircomiccreations. Okay, guys, we back with another painting. This will be my character ZUMBOMBA. He would be what you would consider the president of the Awakened Territories with the Noirian people. They have 9 territories, and they call it the Awakened Lands. And in this 9 territories, they have each territory has a different leader, which would be more like governors. But the one character, the one person that governs the whole 9 territories is ZUMBOMBA. He would be like your president. So each of the 9 governs over their particular territory, and as a whole, ZUMBOMBA controls the region, the whole 9 territories, especially dealing with the United Regions. United Regions is okay. The United Regions, to put it in the terms that relate to the planet we're on, would be like the Soviet Union back in the day. This paint seems kind of watery. I don't know why. Put no water in it. I'm gonna try to go outside and do some stuff today outside, but it's kind of windy outside. I still might go do some stuff on my porch or something, like work on my bike. I think I'm gonna just stick to one bike until I get it running the way I want it to run, no matter like if I had to wait on parts, I just had to wait on parts. In case y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I got another YouTube channel, Raging Guild vs. E-Bikes, where I customize my bikes, do some upgrades, custom builds, unboxing, the whole 9, like most people with e-bike YouTube channels. Except for a lot of these guys just buy bikes and ride them and stuff. They don't actually work on bikes, and nobody really likes to spend time customizing bikes anymore either. But I'm an artist, so that's my thing. But today we doing art, guys. And what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to fill in the background. Okay, that's the tree. That's not related to the tree, and I don't know, you can't hardly see that gray. I'm using some gray to do the background. Yeah, you'll see this character and his daughters. I'm trying to think which book you probably see him in first. You probably see him in my. You're probably gonna see this character in my Cavalry Strike Force Team Black comic book, which will be the next book. Will be like the 4th book. No, let's see, I got 2 already. Got the second of the Raging Guild, and then Superior, so that's 4. Be my 5th book is when this guy will pop up in my pages, my comic book pages. So right now I'm just laying in some background. You know, before a lot of times I paint the character all up and then I had to go back and do the background. And then, you know, the background always leaks over into the foreground, and you end up having to touch, the main picture or characters and stuff, and you end up having to touch up the main picture again, because when you do the background leaks over into the main picture. So I'm trying to take care of the background first this time, not, you know, repeat old habits. This is a dark gray, so I don't know how well, let me see, I don't know how well it's picking up on this camera. I'm trying to keep from bumping in this camera. Yeah, some of it. Like right now, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm basically flattening this painting. You know, put the basic colors in. And then after you put all the basic colors in, come back later with details. And that's where the acrylic markers will come in to play. Because it's hard to fill in large spaces with those markers. They're good for smaller areas. Trying to fill in large gaps of space with acrylic markers. Your marker will be dried up before you get it all done. So, that's where the paintbrush comes in. It don't have to be perfect like in the lines, because you're laying in color. And you come back and put those like branches in and stuff, all those little gaps and stuff you might have missed. You can fill those in there. You know, I feel like sometimes, you know, guys, they come in and they see where you're starting and they be like, you know, they don't know. They be like, I don't know if this is going to be worth me watching. And then when they see the finished product, they be like, wow, man, that's amazing. But, you know, sometimes you got to remember when you start off a painting, you're not necessarily going to get that wow right then off the jump. You got to stick with it. So, and you know, some people are visual people, and some people got, you know, have imagination where they can see it before you actually have to, you know, put all the details in there. Like my wife, she, you know, you gotta show her, you know, you gotta keep her interested until she gets to the point where she starts to see it, you know. Me, somebody can give me an idea of what they want to do. I can visualize it. You know, I can say, like, oh yeah, I see where you're going with that. Some people just can't do that. Try to get around that. I was supposed to start on this side so I don't end up painting my hand. End up painting my hand anyway. Sitting there thinking, which one do I like? Do I like painting more than I like drawing? No, not really. I wasn't supposed to paint that right there. I'll come back and fix that. Consider myself a multi-talented artist, and I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but I mean, I thought all artists, I used to think all artists can, you know, if you can draw, you can paint, and if you can paint, you can draw, and vice versa, and all the other stuff, like sculpture and make stuff out of clay and all that type of stuff. I thought, like, if you knew how to draw, that you would know how to do all those things too. Because I know how to do all those things, and I thought that's what everybody that's an artist can do. Then I realized, nope. There's a lot of artists that can draw and can't paint a lick. I didn't know that. I guess it depends on what you're painting too. Like, it's a lot easier to paint a landscape than it is to paint portraits and stuff, because portraits and stuff, you know, you gotta make sure the picture looks like whoever you're painting. Yeah, I paint portraits too. And just recently, I feel like I got to a point where I'm comfortable trying to paint a portrait of somebody, and it comes and have it look like the person I'm painting. Now, as you can see, I'm pretty sure y'all can tell, well, unless this camera has some very good stabilization functions, you can tell, like, that my hands shake a lot. And that's because I have nerve issues, neuropathies, and stuff like that. But I try not to let that interfere with my ability to be happy and paint, do things. I mean, I do suffer for it, because like right now my shoulder is burning really bad. But I mean, the Most High gave me the gift to do this, and this is what I was gifted to do in life, be able to do in life. And so I feel like I'm, you know, turning my back on the Most High if I don't try to take advantage of this gift he gave me. And I'm not trying to be braggadocious or nothing, just speaking on speaking on the Most High and how a lot of people don't notice the gift that been given to them. So if you was lucky enough to be blessed by the Most High and He's giving you a gift that you know you have and you're not trying to take advantage of it, then I feel like you're just turning your back on Him, because He's giving you this ability or this gift for a reason. Like He wants you to take advantage of what He's blessed you with. That's how I feel. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is start trying to integrate my painting alongside my comic book art. Maybe like use my paintings to do the cover for my comic books. I think that would be a good idea. That way I can integrate my painting art alongside me making comic books. But this is a comic book creation page. And what I'm going to do is start integrating the two. So when you see something like this painting, if it's not going to be on the cover, I might do it like an insert page or something like that. That way I could take advantage of when I have my urge to do paintings, I can also include that inside my comic books. So yeah, I think that'll be a good idea. So that's what I think I'll start doing. Yeah, so that way I don't have to always do something that everybody else is doing. So, do something original. And I think this would be pretty original thinking to combine, the two. Because I do enjoy painting. And, I paint more than just comic book art. I mean, I do portraits and all that type of stuff too. But comic book art is always going to be my number one love. What I love to do the most. But I'm not limited to just doing comic book art. But that's what this channel is going to be all about, is my comic book art. But I think I will include painting alongside of that, and I'll put the paintings in the actual comic books when I go to get them printed up. Because sometimes I struggle to have the back page or the insert page, stuff like that. And I think I'll start using my comic book art for those extra pages, like the back and the inside, the cover, the inside of the cover, or the back page of the back page, the back of the comic book, the cover page of that too. So I'll use those pages to add my paintings and also the cover. I was gonna speed up the painting process a little bit, but I think I'm not. I think I'm gonna just let it roll, the whole painting. All right, let's get some of this brown on here. All right, I don't want him to be the exact same color as his daughters, so we're gonna play around with some of these browns and stuff. I have a paint. What you call this? The things you put the paint in before you paint the house. Paint pan or whatever. I'm using for my palette. You know what? I need to paint the chair behind them first. So I'm gonna go with some dark gray and this brown. Brownish gray. Alright, there should be enough paint on this brush to do the whole thing. And this it looks like a tree, but it's actually going to be his throne. He's got a throne that's made out of wood. See how that's going over into the main characters and stuff? That's why I want to go ahead and do it now before I put too much detail in them. I think I'm going to just lay in the flat colors on this, and then we're going to call it. Like I'm putting in all the color for this throne. And then I'm going to put the color in for him. Because I already laid in some flats and stuff. I caught myself recording it, but it didn't come out right. So I'm still messing around with this new camera I got, this extra edge. So far, I'm loving this camera, man. I mean, and this wasn't even the best out of the, what's the name? This, the pro version of this is supposed to be even better. And then you have the mousse, extra mousse, which I didn't want to get that with the gimbal and stuff because I have the Ordro camera, Ordro M5, which I don't have no problem with the camera. It's just the gimbal just went on it real quick. And then when I tried the customer service and get it served, oh man, they had me send it to China, and then it got stuck in customs, and it sat there for like 6 months or longer. And then they end up sending it back to me and stuff. And then they was like, oh, well, we need you to send it always to China. You know, all this stuff we going through with China and tariffs and all that stuff. Trying to get me to send a camera all the way back there to get service. It's ridiculous. And I had to pay for it, you know, to send the camera back. And then, you know, I don't get that money back. And then they talking about sending it to them again and stuff. I was like, man, you know what? I'd be better off just getting another camera. And I got this amazing deal on this extra edge camera. And man, I wish I would have got this camera a lot sooner. I would love to have that mousse camera, but man, I done dropped this one a couple of times already. I'd have already destroyed that camera. I just really want it just for blogging, like my art channel. Not this one. See, this one, because of the low light capabilities, which probably not even the best. I think the Pro is even better in lower light, but this low light is better than what I had with the Ordro. I don't know. You know what? I never really mess around with the settings and stuff and try to improve any of that, so I don't really know if I could have got it better. But all I know is so far I'm loving this camera. You know, it's just a matter of me getting used to it. Yeah, I'm really happy with this camera. Yep. I'm glad I bought it. I was thinking about getting the FosseBot action camera phone, but I'm kind of glad I got this one instead, because the camera, from what I've seen, the camera it's not the greatest. Which I don't understand that, because I have a Qbot X70 and I use that to shoot. my YouTube videos, and the camera on that phone is excellent. It's just, it has horrible stabilization, so it's not good for being, moving around and stuff. But as far as, sit still, head talking, vlogging, it's excellent. As long as I'm not doing a lot of moving. I mean, you can move around and stuff, but I'm talking about like actually like running or movement like on a bike or something. I know this might look kind of sloppy, man, but you know what? I'm just laying in the colors, man. It's just all this stuff, detail stuff. I told y'all, I have very shaky hands, and I'm just happy to be able to do what I can do, So it might take me longer to do something that I normally would do on one go. But if I had to come back and just straighten out some of this, like over the lines, stuff like that, I'm not gonna complain. I'm blessed enough to be able to still be able to do this, which I love doing. As you get older, I hope, I try to let my kids know, first of all, they should be thankful and always thank the Most High for blessing them with the things they do have in life. Because as hard as you may think you got it, there's always somebody out there who got it worse than you. Trust me, Donald Trump trying to make sure of that. But always thank the Most High for your blessings. Hey guys, I'm not trying to sound like Bob Ross and that, but now I kind of understand Bob Ross a little more. When you start painting this stuff, you really start feeling blessed and everything, man, and it just comes off like you just that way and stuff like that, and you can't help it. It's just so calming and peaceful to get that painting out of there on that canvas. It's just painting is relaxing. So I would tell anybody, even if you're not an artist, try to give painting a go, because you'll find that it's very relaxing and stuff. And it makes you feel like you really get in touch with yourself spiritually and stuff. So yeah, I could understand why Bob Ross, did it so long and everything, because it really make you feel calm and peaceful inside. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to this painting. I'm definitely not going to be able to finish this painting in one sitting, and I usually don't. Usually when I paint when I do a painting, man, I stop and pause like several times, like days. Like I might paint for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, and then I'll stop. I might not come back for it for a day or two, and then I'll do it all over again, until I complete the painting. And that's how it usually goes. So this, to me, a painting is not a rushing process. It's a calming process. You relax. Get your painting supplies together, and it's your relaxing time, man. To let you reflect and think about life, and all the things that you got going on and stuff like that. And the time for you to release all the stressful things that you got going on too. Time for relaxing and calming, and only thing you want to have on your mind is what color you want to blend together. don't decide going on what color I'm working together. Yeah, so I mean, I hope you young artists and stuff, you know, you like to draw and stuff like that. I don't know, get painting and try too. It's real relaxing and stuff too. Oh man, I gotta let this dry some. Well, my camera's about to die, guys. I'm pretty sure y'all get the point where I'm laying in the background and stuff. When we come back, I might have a lot more detail done to this. But for now, I'm gonna be signing off because I gotta, you know, this is acrylic paint because the way acrylics work sometimes you gotta let it dry some before you can continue working on it. And I'm at that point right now where I need to let it dry some. Like to get these outside branches and stuff. I'm gonna work on that, and I might do another coating of color. No, you know what? I'm not gonna put no more gray on it. That's gonna be perfect when I start adding my details and stuff. Y'all see, I'm gonna put make it look like bark. So I'll come back with some black or something, a darker gray, and we're gonna make it look like bark. So that's gonna be part 2, but this is part 1, guys. And I will see y'all on the next video. Peace out. Noircomiccreations, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notify bell so you can keep up with the latest videos.